on, everybody? Welcome to AMA. I received a question from a viewer, such as yourself. They said, Evan, what do you do when you get sick? I'm paraphrasing the question. Do you resort to antibiotics? Do you have a natural remedy? What do you do? And I figured, you know something? It's that time of year. It's winter. We're all indoors. Heating systems are running, and a lot of times people get screwed up. Respiratory systems get dry, and it makes you very susceptible to colds, viruses, etc. I don't think it's that there's just more sickness in the winter because there's more viruses or germs. I think the body just becomes that much more susceptible to them. Plus, you're inside a lot, not a lot of vitamin D from sunlight exposure. Maybe you're just not outside getting a lot of fresh air. Maybe the holidays, a lot of unhealthy shit happening. I don't know. Those are just my theories. But I'm going to share with you what I do when I get a cold, or, half the time, I don't know what the hell I have. Is it a virus? Is it bacterial? I don't know. I've got a few things that I rely on. First and foremost, oil of oregano. This particular one from this company, Gaia Herbs, really good one. Comes in these capsules and there's almost like a liquid in there. I don't know if you guys can see it too well. Great product. And if not aware, oil of oregano is a natural antibiotic, antiviral, antifungal, pretty much anti-everything. And according to what some people say, it can have effective action against viruses. Now, as I understand it, viruses are difficult to defeat because something with the cell walls, blah, 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 I don't know. Supposedly a lot of natural things, such as oil of oregano, do have that capability. Is that true? I don't know, but I'm going to tell you this. A lot of times if I start early, right, if I feel that I'm coming down with something and I begin, either it's very, very short-lived or I just don't get that sick. Or sometimes even the next day I feel better. And the thing you have to keep in mind, right, even though it's natural, oil of oregano is pretty strong shit. If you take it for more than a week, you will start to have a negative effect on your body's own gut flora because it will wipe out good bacteria as well. Whereas these other two that I'm going to show you right now, right, what do I got? Ginger and turmeric root. These two roots also have an affinity for wiping out bacteria, have some action, right, against viruses, fungi, not as much of a negative effect on your gut bacteria. So what I will do is I'll take a couple of these a day, but also usually twice a day, I will make what I'm about to make for you. So essentially what I do is I take a grater. Isn't this nice? I just got these. It's a set of 3. They're different degrees of coarseness. This one is very fine. So I take the finest one, snap off a piece of turmeric. I don't even bother taking the skin off. I don't even give a shit. Just grate it up. Careful, this shit's gonna turn pretty much anything it touches orange. It will eventually come out, but in the meantime, it's gonna stain it. Now, you don't have to grate it up, but the more you grate it, you're going to increase the surface area. So when you boil it, like I'm gonna, you're gonna extract way more of the goodness of it. Same thing, grab a knob of ginger. Same thing, I don't even bother peeling it, it's a shit. And this here, there's quite a bit. This is pretty much enough for like 2 cups of tea that I make. Left over here on top is just a lot of fiber. I'm going to add that because we're gonna strain this, right? We're not eating it. What I'm gonna do, sweep that into there. Because this is meant to be 2 servings, 1 mug full, 2 mugs full, and then a little extra because sometimes a bit evaporates. So each mug is 10 ounces, so 20, probably all in all about 24 ounces. And I'm gonna put this on the stove, bring it to a boil, then turn it down and let it simmer. I'll put the lid on it and just let it sit. And as it sits, all the volatile oils and all the effective compounds in the turmeric and in the ginger are going to be extracted out into the water. When that's all said and done, I'm gonna strain it. I've got a fine strainer here. You could fine strain it, and if you wanted to, if you're really averse to, sometimes there's little particles in there. I mean, I eat ginger, I eat turmeric, so a few pieces of it, that doesn't bother me at all. But if you were really averse to it, you could set up a coffee filter, kind of place it in your cup, pour it in, and let it run through that. Not a big deal. And you could add a little bit of honey to it, even a little bit of milk or oat milk. If you do have some type of cold or congestion, usually the use of dairy products isn't really advisable. I don't consume dairy anyways, so for me, I would be using oat milk. It'll kind of dull kind of the heat of this because with the ginger and the turmeric, a little bit, I don't want to say spicy, but they're a little hot. So by adding a little bit of sugar, you don't have to. A little bit of milk, a little bit of honey, or you could drink it totally plain if you're, a badass. And honestly, 2 cups of that a day, plenty of water in between, 1 capsule in the morning, 1 at night, you are good to go. Feel free to use this, something that I would put my name on, highly recommend. A lot of times you don't want to use antibiotics if you don't need to. You want to save them for when you really, really need them. And plus, they have such a negative effect on your gut bacteria. Furthermore, nothing guarantees they're they're going to be effective, right? How many times maybe you have a virus, in which case the antibiotics aren't going to do it, and you may actually be better off with something natural. Try it and benefit from it. Thanks for watching.